My name's Sondra Lambert, and my husband Larry and I own and operate Galaxy Hypnosis in Crofton, Maryland. Recently, due to circumstances in our lives, we have also chosen to be certified in relapse prevention so that we can assist our clients and those that care about them to be addiction-free. Now, addiction is a really big word in our world right now, and what we are looking to help with is the relapse prevention portion. We're not here to help people stop, but once that decision has been made, once the detox is finished, we step in and assist them in having a life that releases them from the despair, from the depression of addiction, and have the positive momentum to step forward into a life that is healthy, strong, in control. And that is the certification that we have as relapse prevention specialists here at Galaxy. Larry and I and our colleague Tammy Stephens are all nationally certified hypnotists with the National Guild of Hypnotists. We've been in business for more than 4 years and have 8 years experience within the field of hypnosis. We have a clinical business here with a lot of success, and the three of us together will be doing the core program for relapse prevention. We have many other modalities that we can also add that will enrich and enhance the lives of not only addicts, but those who care about them as well, because the stress, the strain, the depression, the despair, the challenges faced within the world of addictive behavior goes farther than just the person that is actually addicted. So my question to you is, are you or somebody you really care about caught in the loop of addiction? And that can be the person that's actually caught up with alcohol or caught up with drugs or some other form of addictive behavior. But getting free of that often means it's bigger than just one person. And here what we're going to be doing with relapse prevention is not just for the addict, but for those that care about them as well. And part of that is to just make sure that you understand before we even start where we're headed with all of this.
What is relapse prevention really about?
Okay. Relapse prevention sets us up with an opportunity to face life in the right here, right now, with positive result. It's not being caught up in what has been, and it's not having a fear base for what's yet to come. But relapse prevention happens in the right here, right now, every day. And through hypnosis, through mindfulness, and meditation, we are able to assist you, working directly with your subconscious, to say, okay, how do we face this day right here, right now, in a way that will allow freedom and healing, pure, positive momentum. It has been proven over and over and over again that where you place your thoughts, that's where your day is going to go. So we're going to assist people in this relapse prevention is not expecting to relapse. Having your expectations set at success, having it set at being strong, at being in control, in being healthy. Those are the sorts of things. And we have this amazing core program based in hypnosis. So we will be working directly with the subconscious at the core issues that the addiction is using to cope. So a lot of times, if there is a coping opportunity to be shifted to something else, especially if it's pure positive, that's what we're here for. Hypnosis will be at the core of what we do. Now, no matter who you work with in addiction therapy, ours is relapse prevention, you're gonna get what their strongest skill is. Well, for us coming here, it's going to be hypnosis. And that is this amazing partnership between you and your subconscious. Your subconscious takes care of you 24/7. She has your habits. He has your emotions. She has your memories. And most of all, your subconscious holds, acts out, and creates possibilities through your imagination. Working with relapse prevention in the intention of setting people free of their addictions, we will partner with what habits do you have and why. You got this habit, but it's hooked to an emotion, which is hooked to a memory. I got to tell you, if you look at something differently, what you look at changes. We are going to assist hypnotically. And the core program has this amazing protocol of steps that are necessary for an addict to step into positive change in your life. We're not just shooting wild here. There actually is a certified protocol of a path working directly with your subconscious for the purpose of health and healing and stepping into a positive and a full life. So hypnosis is a huge, huge part of what we're going to be doing in our core program. Another area of our core program, which is really crucial, and I've touched on it for just a moment, is mindfulness. Mindfulness is a word that everybody is using right now and nobody can define. It's just a really cool buzzword. Well, here at Galaxy, as we work with relapse prevention for the intention of being free of addiction, mindfulness means living this moment right here, right now, to its absolute fullest positive potential. So, within the mindfulness intention for relapse prevention, we will work with those past memories. How did you get to where you are, and how do you feel about that? What triggers your behavior right here, right now, because of something that has happened in your past? We will work directly, hypnotically with your subconscious to allow the past to be the past. And we will work with you to not fear the future. Not to live in fear in this moment right here, right now, but to be able to step forward with a positive momentum, with positive intentions into your future. And that is done by being mindful of where you are right here, right now. And we're going to work together to get that figured out. What do you need to release here, or what healing is necessary? And I go back again to saying so much of addictive behavior is a coping mechanism. How about if we go back and heal what sets you off? Those triggers that you carry, we're going to work with those. Mindfully, when a trigger comes up that has always thrown you into addictive behavior, we will shift what that trigger ignites. Because I gotta tell you, right here, right now, the world's not going to change. The world is not going to change for you. You will create your new life within the world you're living in right now. And things that have triggered you to addictive behavior in the past, you will be set free. So that the things that did trigger you, you will be able to release, because the past or the future are not where you're living. You're living for the right here, right now. And I recently lost my dad. And as I was crying, my son-in-law held me within his care and said, Sondra, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And we get to the end of this one, we're going to do another 10 seconds. Now, I'm not saying that mindfully I'm going to keep you at every 10 seconds, but I'm telling you it can be broken down to a piece that small. And it didn't take my son-in-law more than 5 minutes until I was okay again. But that's what mindfulness is living in this moment, not caught nor fearful of what's ahead of you or behind you, but finding that basic balance for where you're living right here, right now, and having that be strong, healthy, and in control. Another portion of our core program will be daily meditations. Now, we have learned hypnotically that the last thing you ponder or think about before you go to sleep at night is what will carry you into your night. And in the morning when you wake up, the first thing that you think about or ponder with intention will set your day. Let's make it a good one. So we will have a series of recorded meditations. And there are a lot. And we can customize these meditations. They don't have to be out of the can, this is what it is. We do have some that plug and play, but we can also create directly for you and your situation to finish your night. There will be a nightly meditation that you will listen to before you go to sleep. And in the morning, there'll be another button to push to listen, finish your day, and carry that into the night. Start your morning, carry that into your day. And it has been explained that if you repeat something for 21 to 30 days, it becomes a subconscious habit. Now, that is very true if you're just casually creating a habit. But you know what? If you want it to be a habit, you can ask it to be a habit right away, and your subconscious is going, okay, I don't need 30 days if you're requesting this to become habit. A couple of years ago, we lost our home to fire. We got put into a rental home. For the first week, I lost my purse, I lost my keys, I lost my shoes, I lost my phone over and over and over again because they didn't belong anywhere. Less than a week, I said, okay, subconscious, this is ridiculous. And I felt the message that, you know what, Sondra, you're putting them on this table more often than anywhere else. So how about if we make it the habit of this is the go-to? And once I decided that, I could kick my shoes under that particular small table. And on top of the table went my purse, my keys, my shoes, my glasses, and I didn't lose them again. It did not take me a month. But there are some habits that it's just easier to listen to it as you float off to sleep. Listen to it again. You're going to have a great day. This day the sun rose and is rising on me. And it's going to be okay. I am going to face challenges today. But you know what? Those challenges will not defeat me, and I will not fall into despair because I know that I have a positive opportunity to look at this for my highest and my greatest good. One of the things that makes this program, this core program of relapse prevention, so amazingly positive, but amazingly successful, is that it has partnered with the knowledge base of the current brain science. Now, the big word for that is neuroplasticity, and I can't even spell it. The brain science of neuroplasticity is something that's been around for a very, very long time. But it's actually been mapped in the brain. And it's exactly what I was already speaking of earlier. Where your thoughts are, that's where your day goes. You are creating these pathways in your head. And many of us have been stuck on one particular way of thinking and one particular way of living our lives for so long that we wouldn't even know how to create a new path. And what we do hypnotically, like I was saying earlier, we may heal a memory. There may be something that you are able to dissolve, dismiss, and let go of. And you'll never have to go on that pathway again. I am who I am because this happened to me sometime in my past. Well, you know what? That happened and it literally is behind you now, so we can begin a new pathway. We're going to set your intentions. We're going to set your hope. We're going to set your life on pathways that go toward that positive momentum, that go toward that amazing opportunity for a full, complete, and amazing life. We've learned that during the Vietnam War, over 40% of our service members that were serving overseas in the Vietnam theater were using heroin. And it was a serious problem. And there was concern, what do we do when these service members come back home addicted to heroin? Well, it was an amazing social experiment because what actually happened is only 4% of those that came back maintained the addiction because they got back to their lives. The neural pathways in Vietnam was take the drug and make it through the day. But when they got home and that was gone, they didn't go to treatment. They didn't go to group. They chose new pathways for their life to walk down. And to the very largest of percentage, those addicted to heroin in Vietnam did not continue that behavior when they got back and had something else to do. We're using that concept of saying, just because you've been a user, just because you've been hooked on drugs or alcohol, it's not a requirement to stay hooked. These guys came home from that horrible space and place and got back into their world, their new world, in a positive momentum. So can you. If it's possible for one, it's possible for all. Within the brain science, they're called mirror neurons. It's the same thing as if I were to yawn, you would yawn. You're not tired. You wouldn't have yawned if I hadn't. But we mirror each other. And so we're going to set within you, who do you want to see in the mirror? Who do you see when you look in the mirror? And we're going to create that as this amazing, amazing I am with everything that you choose to portray. And when you look in that mirror and you see who you are, that is who you become. And you become who you are. Do you notice the infinity loop there? We hypnotically can work with your subconscious to create the image in the mirror. And then it's just like yawning. You look in that mirror and you see that reflection and you say, that is me. I am this. I want this. And when you partner with your subconscious, those sort of neuro pathways and mirror neurons, pick a word, but we're able to learn from the science of working with the brain and say, okay, hypnotically, how can I achieve that? And with this relapse prevention program, that's where we're headed. And it's really exciting. Within the core program of the relapse prevention for addiction freedom here in a galaxy with Larry and I, we're going to be working with 7 elements of positive change. Because you may be thinking, okay, this all sounds really great. It almost sounds too simple. If it were that simple, why can't I just do it by myself? Well, you know what? Partially because we are working with hypnosis. We're working directly with the subconscious. We are going to set your life and your triggers to live mindfully right here, right now. We are going to give you the tools. Wake up strong, healthy, and in control. And go to sleep saying, wow, quite a day. Let's do it through the night as well. But there are 7 steps to positive change that we will be focused upon within our core program. One of those is desire. What do you want? And it's okay to just simply say, I want more. We're not going to ask you what you don't want. I don't want this and I don't want that. No, what do you want? Let's work within what do you want. And oftentimes just defining what you want instead of what you don't want changes everything. New neural pathway. Let's go. Another is your basic core belief. Many addicts that we have been associated with have identified themselves as, I believe I'm powerless. I believe that this is bigger than me and other people have to hold me up or I will fall. So we're going to work on that core belief. We're also going to work on the identity. I am. We are going to redefine what comes after the words I am. Now I want you to understand that within the relapse prevention program, but you're the one that's going to make the change. We are going to help you shift and change your perspective. Look at things differently and what you look at changes. But the actual change is yours. Shift and change and create a new identity within yourself. And as you figure out how to work from within you in the relationships that have caused conflict for you. When you don't approach somebody in anger or depression or despair, then they're not going to mirror that back to you. How many reactions do you get because you gave it first? And all you're getting back is a mirror. We're going to change your mirror. We already talked about that. And as you reach out with a more positive outlook within you, it's not the world around you, but you will change your world because you're the center of it. We're also going to work with the positive change of self-talk. What do you say about yourself? What do you say to yourself? We're back to that I am statement again. But that which when you look in that mirror that we co-create together and you see a remarkable, success-filled, the triggers that don't hit you where they used to, life. What do you say to that mirror? Good morning. Let's have a good day. Not, oh God. Another thing that happens, and this is a habit-based thing, and I already spoke about with hypnosis, habit is a huge part of our lives. And with hypnosis, connecting in with your subconscious, the concept of repetition. I put my keys on that small table for the 1.5 years we lived in that leased home, and I never lost my keys again. Because I repetitively put my keys on that little table, and it worked for me. Okay, you've got repetitive behaviors that are built into you right now. But when we resolve issues, when you face challenges, when you shift what the addiction has been coping within, Then the repetition is looking in that mirror and saying, I am this. I want this. And that mirror can shift and change all the time. When you listen to your meditation, you get a ping in the morning of, wait a minute, I hadn't thought about that. I'm going to do that today. Then go repeat that often. And we're also going to release the triggers from being focused toward self-destructive behavior. It might be, we had a client recently, and she was out to dinner with somebody, and they made a gesture that took a hand toward her face, and she flipped out. It had nothing to do with the gentleman she was having dinner with. It had everything to do with that triggered a memory, and it was a bad one. Okay, so we're going to work with you. We're not going to go out trigger digging, but at the same time, we're going to adjust your processing. We together will work on this, but you will adjust your processing. So if something that has always triggered you to drink or use in the past is in your environment, it won't matter. Because that doesn't happen to you anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. So those are the 7 elements of positive change that we're going to be working on. Now you might wonder, how in the heck is that all supposed to come together? And the answer to that is that we are going to request of you, with your thinking mind, we are going to request of you with your subconscious mind. We are going to request of you from the fact that you have instincts and intuition in the world around you to be authentic. Living in truth has amazing capacity to heal. And we use within our practice all the time, truth is truth to me. Think for a moment of everything I've just said. We are hooking together a very long line of what's your truth. As you heal, your truth can be, that doesn't own me anymore. Wow, I had no idea if I could forgive that situation or if I could look at that differently, everything would change. But you know what it does? So authenticity is not a static thing. Authenticity is saying, wow, mindfully, I'm going to live in this moment right here, right now. And right here, right now, I authentically do feel good. I'm not going to expect myself to have a bad day. I feel really great right now. I'm going to stand in the integrity of that. Within authenticity is the signature of honesty and personal integrity. And for many of the addictive behavior that we have worked with, the being able to authenticate integrity is like, I don't even know how to do that. How do you authenticate living honestly? What's that? Honest with myself? Or honest with those around me? Honest with the world? Let's figure it out. Because authenticity is really important here, but you don't have to understand what that means when you walk in the door. I'm just going to say to you that that is a goal we're going to have. We are going to find your truth. You will stand in the honesty of that and be able to step forward into the rest of your life with integrity. Powerful stuff. One of the things you may ask is, what are the expectations? What can I expect if I come to you? What can my loved one expect if they come to you? What is the expectation? And what we're going to do at its core value is to shift your identity into one of being strong, healthy, in control with a positive momentum. We are going to create those neural pathways for you to have a positive life. We are going to literally hypnotically step you into your future, and I'm going to say, what does success feel like? And you will know what success feels like. And then we just almost take it forward for you, knowing that tomorrow's going to be successful. And you know it. You know tomorrow's going to be successful. And therefore you can identify with that. Think of a moment in your past or your present moment that felt really successful. Now take that feeling, not the memory of it, but the feeling. And I'm going to say, okay, subconscious, tomorrow, I want to give you that feeling of success at least twice. It doesn't matter if it's the socks that you picked, or the parking space that you got, or you had a positive conversation with somebody. It doesn't matter what that success is, but when you actually create success for yourself, tomorrow you're going to feel it at least twice. We're going to say, okay, how about a week from now? And you just start to build on the future possibilities. You're still going to live mindfully right here, right now. But we're going to pace that sucker forward in a way that makes sense for you. We're going to create within you positive responses. Maybe your natural way of handling life and speaking with people is to automatically say something negative. We're going to assist your subconscious with the expectation of having a positive response to your life and to the world you live in. Now think about it for a minute. If the world you're living in, you create a positive response to it, we're back to the mirror neurons. You're creating a pathway of going forward in a positive momentum. And that mirror is going to mirror it right back to you. And you say, well, good morning. Instead of screw you. Good morning becomes, and good morning to you. You open the door for someone and suddenly now they're in front of you. So they open the next one. Feeds forward. You're going to get that wake-up call for the new directional control system within you. You know, that's what you can expect things to start to shift and to change with those new pathways. The positive momentum is going to be personal. You're not going to have a positive momentum because you came in here and we told you to. We're actually going to work with hypnosis, with mindfulness, and with meditation so it actually becomes you. You figure out what it takes to adjust your internal structure so that the core reasons for the core concern that has connected you with this addiction, you're set free. And once you're free of what the addiction is compensating for, you're free indeed. Success. That's our goal. In order to opt out of addictive behavior, because now we're getting more into what is this? To opt out of addictive behavior, you need to really believe that it's possible. How many of you who have been touched by addictive behavior, either personally or somebody that you care about, you quit believing it? You quit believing in yourself. I can't change it. I could change. If it were possible for me to change, I would have done it already. So I don't even believe it's possible. Well, with everything I've just told you, we are resetting several things. We're working on the elements for positive change. We're going to look in that mirror. We're going to work on the success. Do you see little bitty pieces of what I've said already that show you this is different? So you can change your belief. The change is indeed possible, and positive change is possible. Opting out of addictive behavior is also shifting the definition of whether or not addiction is a disease. And I don't care if you consider it a disease or not, because people heal from disease all the time. So if you feel it is a disease, we'll work toward healing from it. If you feel it's not a disease, that's fine too, because we're going to set you free regardless. But the belief opting out of the addictive behavior is believing that it's not a lifelong curse. Regardless of how you categorize it, we're going to move you past it. And that is an opting out process. Wait a minute, I'm not stuck here for the rest of my life. I don't have to stay stuck. I can go forward. We're going to redefine that I am statement. I am powerful. I am healthy. I am in control. I am worthy. I am loved. I am forgiven. How much of opting out of addictive behavior is going to be in finding a way to forgive yourself? To forgive the loved one that you feel needs assistance. Forgiveness is huge, and we are redefining that I am, and that will be defined throughout the entire process of the healing. We're going to map a future that's filled with your success. And as I said earlier, what does success feel like to you? You've had success before. It may have been when you learned to ride your bike. It may have been when you graduated from high school. It may have been when you watched your firstborn, walk for the first time. That is such success. We are going to take success. What does it feel like? And we're going to map that feeling, not the memory, but we're going to map the feeling of success into all of this. We're going to create fresh habits and connect success to them. We are going to take that success signature, work that till you choke on it. Because success is self-generating. And so we're going to work on that. We are also, as I've said several times, we are going to rewire your internal coping mechanisms. We're going to give triggers a better job. What has triggered you in the past? Okay, believe it possible. How do you opt out of addictive behavior? Believe that it's possible and repeat. How are we going to identify and redirect triggers? We're going to find those bits and pieces that are broken. And we're going to bring the broken pieces home. I don't even know how to live. I don't know how to love. I don't know how to function. I have so many pieces in so many places. And we're going to hypnotically bring you to a place of peace and comfort and safety. Create a safe haven for all of those pieces to come home. Let me figure out what your hot buttons are. What is it that really sets you off up until now, which causes your addictive behavior to flare up even worse? What are those buttons? What areas of your life, if that gets messed with, you touch that and I'm going to be pissed. You touch that and I'm going to race, I'm going to run, I'm going to hide, I'm going to go use, I'm going to drink. What are those areas and what triggers set those off? There are places, there are hot buttons, and then there are triggers to those buttons. And we're going to figure out what your trigger responses are. Then we're going to redirect from negative response to bringing a balanced healing by dealing with the actual cause and effect. And so when that trigger happens, like my friend, if there's a hand that comes toward her face, that's not going to set her off in the same regard anymore. It's still a trigger, but it doesn't throw her into a tailspin anymore because she's dealt with what happened to her on the time when a hand in her face was a very negative experience. And now she's healed of that. This core program that we're working on can work in centers. A lot of what we do is going to be one-on-one with people, but we also have groups. We have our office here, Galaxy Hypnosis in Crofton, at the Crofton Medical and Professional Building. We have plenty of room here to do group work, to do individual work. It kind of depends on what our clients most desire. But the basic framework will be there is a program. Each of the components will be explained and discussed. Then we're going to have a hypnosis session about it. And then you're going to journal about it. What did you get out of that? It's fine that I know what I gave you, but what'd you get? Write it down. And then we will discuss that which you are comfortable discussing so that we know better how to proceed into the next phase. Because this is paced, it is phased through, but it's extremely individual. So there will be an introduction, then a hypnosis session, then journaling, then a discussion. And then after the discussion, there will be this amazing opportunity to realize that you, or those you care about, have a choice. You have possibilities. And a lot of times with addictive behavior, not just addictive behavior, anyone we work with, it's like, I don't feel like I have a choice. I'm not running my life. My life's running me, and I got no choices. Well, what we're working on is creating the awareness that you do or you will have choice and possibilities. So choose something and then take action on it. And all of this is for the intention of a pathway to freedom. And that pathway to freedom, setting you up for a new normal, is amazing because then you can anticipate it coming. What we are working on is positive change. We are dedicated to that positive momentum. It's your personal success. We are here. We are so here for you. Now, at this point, you may be wondering, what's the investment into this program? Okay, our core program has, I keep using the term core program because there is a protocol, there is a package deal that we're going to work through. There is an A to Z, and then we add to that. We can add so many other components to that. But that core program is pretty much A to Z, a set protocol. That can be accomplished in as short as 4 intensive days. Now, they're long days. You would be here at our office for 4 to 6 hours a day for those 4 days. And then you're still going to go home and listen to the meditations and do journaling at home. It's a tough 4 days, but it can be done in 4 days. It can be spread out for as many as a 30-day program for that same core benefit program. A 30-day program, you're not here every day. And you're not here for 6 hours a day. And every day, regardless, there will be phone support. Now, that core program here at Galaxy costs $29.99. And it doesn't matter if you pick the 4-day or the 30-day, because that's the core program. We're either going to spread it out. We're going to work, because if you take the 4-day, we're going to have phone conversations with you for 30. So, you're hooked with us for 30 days, and that core program is $29.99. And it's payable to us here at Galaxy Hypnosis. We take PayPal, we take credit cards. Come and talk to us if we need to negotiate some sort of a payment plan, as long as it's advantageous to all of us. My name's Sondra, and my husband Larry and I are nationally certified hypnotists with Galaxy Hypnosis in Crofton. We're next to the Friendlies on 3 North. Home base, have our office here. But if someone needs us to come to them with this presentation, or to go explain it somewhere else, or if your situation has individual needs, talk to me. Talk to me, give me a call. Our number here is 301-202-3605. We are here for you. We are here for those that you care about. We are here for those in your world that you can look and say, you know what? I think this would benefit. It is a positive momentum, positive driven program. We don't take you out of your environment. You live in the world that you're going to have to go back to anyway. You keep your home, you keep your job, you keep your sanity. Give us a call.